Hello! Welcome with Journey with God. Yeah. So this is my first video. So if I stumble, but why? No. There we go. That's better. If I stumble, I'm sorry. Okay. Today, we're going to talk about trust. Because, trust in God. Right? Right? How do you trust in God? Well, I could tell you. Right? Because, it's hard. It shouldn't be hard to trust in God, but the world we live in, you can't trust anybody, right? It's not like if you're in the Garden of Eden, you can leave your door open, and everybody would be fine. Everything would be fine, right? You can't. It's not like that. It's you can't trust anybody in this world. Not everybody. Some people are good people, but some people will stab you in the back, right? And it's hard to trust people. I understand that, but who you can trust? God, right? Let me give you a scenario, right? You want to trust in God, but sometimes you doubt Him all the time because they'll be like, you can't trust in Him. How you can't trust in the future, huh? Right? And he tries to shake your faith out. Believing is seeing, right? You can't see God. That's what the devil says, right? He tries to make you feel like there's no God. You can't trust God. Everything that you try to do in your life, if you try and trust God, it's impossible. But with God, it's possible. You try to do it by yourself, it's impossible. Here's an example. So let's say you go to a job interview, right? Try to do things on your own, right? You try to do it on your own. You try not to give it to God. But you're supposed to give it to God. You're like, I can do it. I got this. And God says, what's impossible for man is not impossible for me. Okay? Put your trust in me, right? Trust me. I got this. And you're like, yeah, listen, I got this. Thank you, though. Thank you. But, I got this. So you do it by yourself, right? You didn't ask God to help you with the interview, all right? Have you answered the right questions? You didn't ask God what you want what you want. It went dark on me. Give me a second. Technical difficulties. Give me a second. So you gonna apply for a job that you didn't ask God, like what job should I apply for? You just did. It's like, I got this. I can do myself. I got this. You start listening to the world and say, oh, you can do it by yourself, right? But you can't. The truth is, you try to do it by yourself, you fail. You become a failure. You're not a failure, but like I've tried. Let me tell you, I tried to do stuff myself, right? But it always fails. Relationships, job interviews, something else, right? But listen, I know this world is hard to trust people. You can't trust people, right? But you can trust. If God sends you somebody in your life, you can trust them. But let's get back to the interview. So you go to the interview, you think you're doing good, you do it by yourself, boom, they call you back, you get a job. Sorry, you're not the one for us. Hang up. They didn't say hang up, they hang up on you. Yeah. But, like, oh, God, why did I get this job? And he says, because you didn't ask me, first of all, right? And, you try to do everything by yourself, but you didn't try to put your trust in me. Because I got this. It's not impossible to me, but you try to do it by yourself, and, it didn't work out, because when you try to do things by yourself, without me, it doesn't work out. It's impossible. But with me, it's impossible. But here's the thing, I forgive you. Next time, do it with me. This time, you do it with God, right? It's like, God, pray, let me, guide me to the right job. Boom, right? Indeed pops up on LinkedIn, yeah, right? Boom! There's a job in the area, right? It's like, all right. You apply for it. right? You go to interview, right? And this time, you're not doing it by yourself. Here's the thing. The enemy, the devil, right, will try to make you doubt that you won't get this interview. It's like, oh, because you're doing God now, right? You're not doing it by yourself. It's like, oh, you're going to not get this job. Why even try? Why even try? Tries to make you doubt God, right? But stay strong in faith, my friend, right? Stay strong in faith, right? You'll get a job. Boom, you get a call back. You got a job. Hang up. They didn't hang up on you. They hang up. They got a job. Goodbye. They said goodbye this time. They didn't hang up on you like that. But anyway, got a job. Another scenario. Relationships, right? Say if I have a girlfriend, right? Right. And, you know, when you try to do it by yourself, right? And do it the world way of dating. And let me give you an example of the world way of dating. So I'm dating this girl, and I'm doing the world way of dating. I'm doing the God way of dating, because in God way, it's not called dating. It's called courtship, right? No, it's not a dating app. It's called courtship. You know, if I date a girl, it's courtship, right? Right? You know, if you're dating, like the world does, you're dating, you're talking, you're doing things lustfully, you're having sex before marriage. Right? But that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way, right? But here's the thing, right? So this is about trust. I'll get with the relationship. I'll do another video on relationships. Well, listen. Let's say you start dating this girl or guy, for the ladies out there. Start dating this girl or guy, for the ladies out there, right? And you're doing it the world way, right? It's not courtship, it's dating. So dating is the world way, courtship is the God way, right? So you're dating, right? And a whole lot of anxiety comes up. You start not trusting the person. You start not, because when you don't put God in the center of a relationship, it falls apart, right? You know, there's a lot of jealousy. Well, not trusting the person. And a lot of fights come up, and if you're lustful, like having sex before marriage, which is a sin, and yes, I have sinned, but I'm forgiven through Jesus, right? But you know, see, see I'm stumbling. Give me a second. You date this girl that you're dating, right? World way, courtship, God way. You're dating her, or him, for the ladies out there. And you having sex for marriage, right? You're doing you're just doing lustful things, right? You're doing the things that God doesn't want to, because God intended you being with someone. A woman and a man get married, then intimacy comes, then all the naughty comes, right? The hanky panky. Right? So after that, you know, then after marriage, then you can do that. But don't do it before, because you get attached. You know, spiritually, you know, when you have sex with someone, you become one. And when you break up, that's why it hurts so much. Right? You live the world way. That's why it's like breakup freaking hurts, because you had intimacy with that person before marriage, right? And that pain sucks. Believe me, it sucks. But so this is the courtship, right? Okay, right? When you're dating the God way, right? Read the Bible together, all right? Don't do like the world. Don't be like going on. Well, go on dates, but like don't just stay inside and have sex all day, right? Don't be like the world. Freaking light. Give me a second. I'm back. All right. Yeah, don't date the world way. When you're in a godly relationship, don't do that, right? So say you don't put God in the center. You don't, because you gotta trust God with your relationship, right? So when trust comes in, right? You're not only trusting your partner, you're trusting God, right? And when you don't put God in the relationship, you're not trusting God, or you're not putting him in the center of the relationship, right? So, it doesn't work out, right? But when you put God in the center, he makes everything fall into place. Everything happens beautifully. Memories are created. It's beautiful, and you grow old together. If you keep God in the center. And sometimes it's hard, right? Because, arguments do happen, right? And sometimes you forget to pray with your partner, which you should do that. That should be a priority in relationships. Pray with your partner. Don't read the Bible with your partner, okay? Right? So, when you trust God with your relationship, everything will fall into place beautifully. When you do it the world way and try to do it by yourself, it's terrible. It's a bad wreck. It's a disaster. It sucks. You get hurt. You start to believe in love. And love's a beautiful thing, right? Falling in love is beautiful, right? Getting married, having children, beautiful. Only when God's in the center. So put him in the center, right? And worry about the naughty stuff later. When you get married, you can do all that you want, but after you get married, not before. Right? Another. Trust God. What? Trust in God. Trust. Trust God with the kids. Sometimes, when you worry about your kids a lot, right? School, all these shooters happening and stuff like that. But trust God with your kids, right? Personally, if I had kids, I'll do homeschool. But it's a crazy world out there. But trust God. You gotta trust God with your kids, with any sickness or anything like that. God, if you put God in your center, your relationship, and pray for your kids, He'll be protector for your kids. Your kids will be fine, right? But put God first, right? Don't let your partner, and don't let God be second or last. He always has to be first, because when he's first, he oversees everything, and everything goes beautifully. If he's not first, it doesn't work out, right? All right, guys and girls. I'll do a next video on relationships, the godly way, not the world way. Courtship versus dating. That'll be the title. Guys, take it easy. Have fun. Trust in God. Try not to rely on your own understanding. Right? Just trust in God. It's not hard. You don't have to trust the world, but you can trust in God. And everything will fall in place. Love you guys. God bless.